Hello guys, a quick tip. This is a '08 Lincoln MKX. Complaint on this SUV was that it's making a popping noise during the turn, scraping noise. So owner brought the car for the brake job, and after I inspect the brakes were fine. I inspected the front and rear brakes, and as you can see the pads are just fine. Let's see if the camera picked it up. Right there, pads are okay. The rotors could be replaced, but that was not source of noise. So when I inspect the front end, I found the ball joints were pretty wore out. Now this one is actually not too bad, but the other one is on the other side. It's even worse. Here's a passenger side. So that's where the popping noise was coming from. The original complaint was that it's a scraping sound, and that's why he suspect brake issues, which is it's not what the problem was. So when I looked under, I looked a wheel, and I had noticed that you can see here the edge is actually, go all the way around. You can see here has been something was rubbing up against the wheel, and I kept looking and said, what could this wheel could touch and the front suspension, and then and looked a little bit better. I kept turning the wheel left and right to find the source, where this wheel can. I mean, I actually looked everywhere to see some kind of shiny piece of metal that I could figure out, what wheel is touching. And then what I have found is actually tie rod end. You can see here, so that's where the wheel was actually rubbing. And so I was like, well, this is kind of unusual. Then I could actually turn the wheel, all the way, and I could see actually it's rubbing my outer tie rod end. I said, that's kind of odd. It shouldn't happen. I'm thinking maybe because of a ball joint, the wheel kind of get misaligned. But that's really, that's a lot. That's a lot of the wheels were kind of loose, of course, but not that loose that would actually rub on the tie rod end. So anyhow, today I got all the parts and I started, putting everything back together. And I was thinking, well, we just have to do alignment and see if that's. I just never seen that before. So anyhow, long story short, I looked again. What happened? You can see this tie rod end is actually new. It's pretty good. It's not new, but it's recent. It's been replaced, I would say, maybe a year or so ago. Well, what happened? They actually put the left on the right side and the right on the left. You can see there's an R, and this was on the driver's side. And when you put them on the when you put on the opposite side, then it's curved to the wrong end, and it will touch your wheel. So it's just this happens. I mean, it's the guy who put this tie rod end didn't pay attention to it, but I mean, you can easily make a mistake because it will fit on either side. So anyhow, that's what the problem was. I mean, it was just the tie rod ends were actually installed on the opposite sides. So if you have this problem, it could be I'm sure this is not the only time that people made a mistake with this. So to make sure that your curve is supposed to be curved toward a axle, so that's your that's how you orient it. Like this one doesn't have, it's not marked left and right. The other one was, but if you have this scraping sound, especially if you're making a full turn, reverse or forward, it's going to stop scraping like crazy up against your wheel. So just to kind of inspect your tie rod ends, make sure that somebody made mistake and caused this issue. So again, stuff happens, but it is what it is. I mean, it didn't do that much of a damage to the wheel anyway, but it was kind of a puzzle to me. I could see where there's the problem coming from, but I just couldn't understand how could wheel that go that close to the tie rod end to start scraping up against the tie rod end. So anyhow, a quick tip. See you guys later. Bye bye.